Hi, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will telling Outlander fans. Welcome back to another episode of Outlander Explained, where we dive deep into the historical and fictional events of the hit Star series. Today, we're going to talk about Outlander Season 7, Episode 8, titled Turning Points, which is the mid-season finale of the show. This episode is based on the second half of the sixth book in Diana Gabaldon's series, A Breath of Snow and Ashes, and it features one of the most pivotal moments in the American Revolution, the Second Battle of Saratoga. But before we get into the details of the episode, let's do a quick recap of what happened in the previous episode, The Price of Freedom. In this episode, we saw Jamie Fraser and his militia join forces with General Daniel Morgan and his Continental Army to fight against General John Burgoyne and his British troops at the Battle of Freeman's Farm, which was the first of two battles that make up the Battles of Saratoga. The battle was a bloody and brutal affair, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. Jamie was wounded by a bayonet and left unconscious on the battlefield, while his son William, who was fighting on the British side, witnessed the horrors of war firsthand. Meanwhile, in 1981, Roger Mackenzie discovered that his son Jem had been kidnapped by Rob Cameron, a co-worker of Brianna who had figured out their time-traveling secret. Roger and Buck Mackenzie decided to go back through the stones to rescue Jem, leaving Brianna behind in a state of panic. Now, let's move on to Outlander Season 7, Episode 8, Turning Points. This episode picks up right where the previous one left off, with Claire Fraser searching for Jamie among the dead and wounded on the battlefield. She finds him alive, but barely breathing, and manages to stabilize him with her medical skills. She then learns from Morgan that another battle is imminent, as Burgoyne is determined to break through the American lines and reach Albany. Claire realizes that this is the Second Battle of Saratoga, which she knows from history will be a decisive victory for the Americans and a turning point in the war. The Second Battle of Saratoga took place on October 7, 1777, at Bemis Heights, near Saratoga Springs, New York 1. It was also known as the Battle of Bemis Heights or the Battle of Stillwater. Burgoyne had about 4,000 men left after losing nearly 1,000 at Freeman's Farm 2. He decided to launch an attack on the American left flank, hoping to create a diversion and open a path to retreat or advance one. However, he was unaware that Morgan had moved his riflemen to that position and that Gates had reinforced his army with more militia and Continental Troops 3. The Americans had about 15,000 men ready to face Burgoyne too. The battle began around 2 p.m. when Burgoyne ordered his men to advance in 3 columns towards the American lines 1. The British were met with fierce resistance from Morgan's sharpshooters, who picked off many officers and soldiers from a distance 3. The British center column was also attacked by Colonel John Glover's brigade, which included some Marines from Boston 1. The British right column managed to reach a redoubt held by Colonel Thaddeus Kosciuszko, but was soon surrounded by American reinforcements led by Benedict Arnold III. Arnold was technically relieved of his command by Gates after a heated argument, but he defied orders and joined the battle anyway. Arnold proved to be a daring and inspirational leader, rallying the troops and leading several charges against the British positions 3. He was wounded in the leg by a musket ball near the end of the battle 1. The battle lasted for about 3 hours and ended with a complete rout of the British forces 1. The Americans captured several cannons, flags, and prisoners, while inflicting about 600 casualties on the British too. The Americans lost about 150 men killed or wounded too. Burgoyne retreated to his camp at Saratoga, where he was surrounded by Gates' army. He had no hope of escape or relief, as Clinton had failed to reach him from New York City, and Street Ledger had been forced to abandon his siege of Fort Stanwix by a relief force led by Benedict Arnold earlier in August 1. On October 17, Burgoyne surrendered his entire army of nearly 6,000 men to Gates, in what is considered one of the most significant events in American history 1. The surrender of Burgoyne at Saratoga was a major blow to Britain's war effort and a huge boost to the American cause. It convinced France to enter the war as an ally of the United States, providing much-needed military and financial support 1. It also encouraged Spain and the Netherlands to join the war against Britain, creating a global conflict that stretched Britain's resources thin 1. It also inspired more Americans to join the fight for independence and discouraged loyalists from supporting the British Crown 1. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and give feedback.